Hello, everybody. How y'all today? I decided just to do a pop-up chat for today and see how everybody was doing and see if they made it through the storm. The storm came through this morning around 8, 9 o'clock, but it wasn't bad. Hello, Jim. How are you? Yeah, the storms came through this morning. Wasn't bad at all here. A little bit of wind and rain, and that was it. Thank God, it could have been worse. Autumn isn't feeling good, Jim, so she's napping at the moment. So that's why I came on while she was napping. Give me a chance to do something. But she'll be here Friday night. Well, if I decide to do a chat later on in the week, she'll probably be here, but she wasn't feeling good today. She cutting them eye teeth, and she had a little fever. So she lay down and went to sleep real quick. Sure can, Jim. I let her know. She's at work right now. She work. Hello, Tiny Tim. How are you? Oh, hope get some people up in here. Still working on them hours. Man, that's the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. This weekend we had 3618 hours. 3,618. Then I checked it Monday morning. It was down to 3585. How in the world do you lose that many hours on a weekend? Oh, it's a game, I guess. Up and down. Hello, Hedgehog. How are you? Autumn wasn't feeling good. She's taking a nap, and I decided to do a pop-up live. Never done one in the evening like this, so we'll see how it goes. I'm glad it rained today. I'm tired. I've been going ever since Saturday. Go, 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 go. Yeah, it's her teeth bothering her. She cutting them eye teeth. So she was cranky today. I gave her some ibuprofen and some numbing medicine, and she passed out. Yeah, I'm glad it rained. I can sit back and rest for a little while, except for doing my laundry and cooking supper. I do that when I'm working outside too. Yeah, we went up to the property. That's 120 miles away. Drove up there that Saturday morning. Did some grass cutting, trying to get the meter pole ready for electricity to be turned on. If you're following this, you know about my parents' old property place. Trying to get it back, and trying to get the gates where they close up front on the driveway. We worked on all of that, then came back Saturday evening. I got home Saturday evening and pressure washed the trailer because it was all dirty. And took the lawnmower off the trailer and mowed my yard nonstop, getting it. Then Sunday I pressure washed part of the house, and Monday I pressure washed the rest of the house. And Tuesday I weeded the yard. So I'm glad it rained today. I needed a break. And if they turn on the power at the property, I'll probably go up there Sunday and make sure nothing's going to burn down. Oh, yeah. I usually don't do that much work in a month. But got to get it done. You think when you retire, the work's over. Wrong. It's more, 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 more. There's so many things around this place I could do, but I don't feel like doing it. I do the important stuff first. I do have another project. I got to change bathroom faucets. They're kind of dripping, and I can't find the valves to go in them, so I'm gonna have to replace the whole thing. I bought them cheap plastic ones. Yeah, too much work. I guess I'll do a video on how to change your bathroom faucets with you. I couldn't believe the price of faucets. Even the plastic ones that used to be $7 or $8 was $20. A good faucet would run you $50. It's like, golly. I can imagine what my parents felt like when they were born in the 20s and when the 70s got here. The prices of everything goes up. I remember when I was a kid, the prices of everything back then seemed reasonable, but it probably didn't to my parents. But God, you get 4 or 5 loaves of bread in the 60s for $1. My dad would go down to the hamburger joint called Malton Burger on a Friday. We'd have Friday hamburgers. He'd get 5 for $1. And I mean, it'd have lettuce, tomatoes, pickles, onions, mayonnaise, and mustard. He'd get about 20 or 30 burgers. It'd keep us fed for a couple of days. But how y'all doing, Hedgehog? And Tandy Tim, how are y'all doing? I'm trying to keep these hours up. They keep falling off faster than we can get them. It's crazy. Guess we need to go live every day for a month. We lost about 30 hours over the weekend. I don't know how. I don't remember being that great a year ago. Hello, Redbird Farm. Miss Brenda, how are you? Oh, yeah, don't overdo it. Don't get overheated. It's starting to warm up out there pretty good. That's okay, Brenda. Go ahead. Yeah, I was at the property Saturday, and it was supposed to be 85, and it was. That was hot right now. We coming out of wintertime into spring, and body's got to get used to the heat now. Used to the cold, now we got to get used to the heat. And it was pretty warm. We're trying to get the property set up so we can take our campers up there and just plug them in and stay the whole weekend instead of having to run up there one day and come back. When my parents bought their property, there was nothing there. They'd go up there, make a little homemade tent with the canvas tarp, and we would rough it. No toilets, no running water. It'd take old milk jugs and fill with water. That was your water for the weekend. I think he did have one of them old metal water coolers back then. They'd put water in. They'd fill up 6 or 8 gallon milk jugs and take that for water, wash off with, while they cleared property by hand. I don't know how he cleared all them 6 acres himself by hand because they didn't have no tractors back then either. And now that's all grown back up. So we trying to get her looking good again for a weekend getaway at least. If it was up to me, I'd live there. Trying to figure out what we're gonna do with that old trailer house. It's a wreck. A lot of stuff up there needs to go. Even the stuff my dad built, it's falling down. I was shocked to see some of the stuff that he built was still there from the early 60s. Ended up running over a snake with the lawnmower, didn't even see it. My son found it over by the electric pole where we checking the meter. Good thing I killed it with the lawnmower. They would have run. That snake would have tried to get them. Hello there, Miss Brenda. How are you? How you doing there, everybody? Jim, you still here? Tiny Tim, you still here? Oh man, these allergies are getting bad. See all these people fishing. I'd sure like to go fishing myself. Trying to find my chat wherever it is. There it is. Trying to find my chat wherever it is. There it is. Okay, there you are. Oh, did the wrong thing. Well, what's everybody up to today? And I'm not doing nothing but laundry and cooking supper. Got some chicken thighs out, trying to figure out what I'm gonna do with them. Any suggestions? I get so tired of cooking. I had to look up recipes, and I never use recipes. I usually make it up. I might just throw it in the oven and bake it. Rather throw it on the pit, but I don't feel like that either. Trying to take it easy. Yeah. I weighed this morning. I'm down 12 pounds now. And I think mainly the reason I'm down 12 pounds, after I eat supper, I don't eat nothing the rest of the night the way you're supposed to do it. I used to, okay, Hedgehog, y'all be careful out there. Don't work too hard. I used to go to bed with a sandwich or something, or a big piece of cake or pie. No more snacks at bedtime. I'd like to get down to about 170 and see what I look like. I think I'd feel a lot better if I get to 170. And this morning I weighed 178. Really, really, I started at 197. But I didn't count that because I was already down to 190 when I cut back. I can't make up my mind if I want my Coke or my coffee. I don't know what it is. I've been craving coffee a lot here lately. I've been drinking 2 of these a day. I don't know what it is. I've just been craving it. I usually don't do that. Lucky I even drink one glass or 1 cup. I get in moods like that and crave something, then it'll go away and start craving something else, like an old pregnant woman. Life changes when you start getting old. It's crazy. I don't know what happened to me here lately. I can't eat no kind of bell peppers, jalapenos, serranos. Every time I eat them, I get nauseous. So it's like a flavor in them now that I can taste that I couldn't taste before. Makes me nauseous. Hello, Nancy. How are you? Come on up. Come on up, Tim.
How's it going?
Oh, it's going.
Good deal. I was trying to come up earlier and the stupid phone wouldn't let my camera work. I had finally got the thing working.
Yeah, we've been having sucky phone service today.
Well, we have bad service anyway. We're in the valley up here in northern Arkansas. And up until it was August the 19th. I think it was no August the 20. I'm sorry, August the 20 when we finally got service. I think it was because of the school. The kids had to be using laptops. They put in an extra tower. I didn't know that, and all of a sudden, about August 1st, we had I got like 3 bars sitting here in the living room, which is unheard of. You know what I'm saying? So. So it's cool. I like it a lot anyway.
Yeah.
I heard you talking about cooking. I actually like cooking. My mother.
I do too, but I get burned out sometimes.
Oh, I know. You get if it's the same thing, definitely. But I love experimenting.
What am I going to make?
Oh, I get it. My mother. I was the only one in the household that was allowed to cook with my mother because my sister was more precise, like a cake baker. Everything had to be absolutely precise. And then my brother and my dad were bulls in the china cabinet. You didn't want them in the kitchen. And then
come on in, forward man.
Howdy, can you space us out a little bit?
Can of what?
Can you space us out a little bit?
Spread you out. If I can figure out how to do that crap.
Press that last blank square on the end there. There you go.
All right. See, I'm still new at all of this. Pepper, potatoes, tomatoes, eggplants, flare my
How you doing, Tiny Tim?
Doing all right, man. How are you?
Doing all right.
But anyway, Charlie, like I was saying, my mother was a dump cook. You dump a little of this, dump a little of that, and there you go. So
yep. Throw it all in a pot and cook it.
Well, and I'm gonna tell you, she can make some amazing stuff. She's pretty good at it. And finally, I believe it was she passed away in January of 15, and it wasn't too long after that I actually finally graduated, I think, because I absolutely made a mess and I fixed it. So I was like, well, I think I've graduated now. So I've gotten where I can dump stuff pretty decent anymore. So I credit my mother with the ability to do that. Again, it's edible, whether or not, not all of it's stellar. Of course, it's like anything. You experiment. It's all experiment every time. And I may look at a recipe, but I don't necessarily follow a recipe at all because, a lot of the time, my mother did that too, because a lot of times we don't have stuff, that calls for artichoke hearts. We know kind of almost with us. It's like, what's artichoke hearts? You know what I'm saying? So we'd use something else. We'd use something else and go. That's just what we did, you know.
Nah, I don't do no recipes usually. I'll just look at one, but I
Right.
go by taste, you know.
Right. Well, that's really what I do for a lot of times is spices to get an idea of what spices would be good with something. It's what I end up using. It's just to figure out the spices. I love spices. We've got a place up here that we can buy spices in bulk, really reasonable, and that's where I go to buy my spices a lot. Just
That's good. I haven't found no cheap place to buy them.
well, okay. Relative. When I say cheap, I don't mean cheap. I'm talking about more economical. But it's like you can get garlic, cinnamon, and several of them like that for $5 a pound, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
And
our
not every
garlic down here, they were charging $1 for 2 garlic.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking about powder. This is powder.
Powder.
But that's what I use powder for. But another.
That's cheap.
Yeah. And then the other thing the other thing that really blew my mind, not that I needed a lot of it or anything, but is alum. Alum, you go to the store to buy alum, a little bitty thing of it is $5 for a little bitty thing. Well, it's $5 a pound up there. I mean, it just blew my mind. I'm like, this is crazy. I bought a pound of it. I probably never use it, but I said, I want to buy it for $5,
Well,
funny thing.
I can tell you what you could use it for, but it's X-rated.
Easy now. Whoa there. Yeah, whoa. TMI.
Do
We
I
ain't
know-
ignoring you. We're just talking. What you going on over there?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, I just listen to y'all. And,
Okay. I figured I'd give you a chance to talk. 'Cause
I
we're
didn't
doing
want
it
to.
all.
I didn't want to talk over top of each other, so that's the reason why when somebody else is talking, I usually be quiet while that person's talking. So, but
Well, I appreciate y'all coming up.
yeah, you was talking about good. Did you say something about artichoke hearts?
No, I said it.
He said it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I love artichokes, and those things are good. It's been a while since I've had any, but I love them.
Well, my mother taught us to eat pretty much anything that we could eat because, with being raised with Depression era parents, let me tell you, my dad was 28 when he married, so he didn't marry young, you know what I'm saying? So it's my dad's still alive. Actually, he's 93, and but he's got dementia, but he is still alive.
Wow.
Going to be 94 in June if he makes it. But yeah, they taught us to eat anything. I'm talking about anything and everything pretty much. Now, I do have a few things that I don't like. For example, I like fried okra just fine, but I cannot stand the idea of ever eating it boiled. That's just one.
That's my favorite way to eat it.
and that's perfect.
I love okra.
I like that slimy stuff.
Yeah, I don't. But and I mean, it's funny because I don't mind it in gumbo. I don't mind that in gumbo at all. That doesn't bother me. But when it's just it is that I don't like it. I'll try it. Fried is fine. I've had pickled. It was okay.
Yeah.
But I don't really care for that overly either. But I'd eat pickled again. But the boiled, I just can't stand the thought of it. Like I said, it's very few things though. And of course, then I've never had like escargot. Snails. Never had that. Don't care for that. Don't really want to ever do that either. And like I said, there's a few things like that. And or raw oysters for me. Everybody's got their own opinion. I just don't. I don't want raw oysters. I have no need for them. There's no need for it.
Me either.
I mean, there's some people.
You was talking about oysters. I like the raw fish oysters.
Woo.
Love them.
Yeah, like I say, everybody has what they want, but I mean, there's just a handful of things that I don't really think I'd want to ever try. Some of the stuff I'd try, like I tried sushi, and I liked sushi fine. I mean, it was okay. I just once I got past it, but some of that stuff I just never think I'll ever want to try.
Have you? Speaking of oysters, have you tried Rocky Mountain oysters?
Yes, I know what you're talking about. Yes, those are fine, but that ain't oysters, so you know what I'm saying.
My dad used to eat them all the time. I wouldn't do it. I said, I'll eat anything, but I'm not eating that.
No, I have no problem with that. I have no problem with liver. A lot of people hate liver, but I like liver fine. The one thing the one meat that I tried that I didn't like myself is Pickles pig feet. That's something I can't stand the thought of. It was like eating lard to me. There's just no way.
Oh, I love pickled pig's feet.
Well, if I knew how to fix, if I could get them fixed correctly, I might like them fine. But the way I had them, it was awful. So
I haven't had them in years.
yeah, I understand. Yeah, Charlie, that's one reason why I come up, because nobody was coming up. I figured it'd make your life a little bit be a little bit less boring sitting there talking to yourself, because that does get a little bit old, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's like, what am I going to say now?
Yeah, that's the reason why I like having people come up on mine when I do panels. I love having people come up on mine, because I can only talk for so long, and then after that, I'm out. I don't know what.
I got one channel that'll come up and say, "What's the topic?" I said, "I don't do topics.
Yeah.
I just come up to chat. You know, we can talk about anything. I don't need one certain topic."
Well, what next time that they do that, just say you are.
Good one, Tim.
That'll cure them. That'll cure them. You are. Yeah, you are. So where were you born and stuff like that? Just start asking them all kinds of questions.
I'm gonna remember that one, because he probably will do it to me again.
Yeah. So are you on paid StreamYard, or are you just on StreamYard? The free
just
stuff.
on StreamYard. I don't pay for it.
Right.
I can't afford it.
Right. Well, I tell you, there's a lot of them that are. Several people are switching to that Melon and really like it. I think it's $50 a year, and it's a lot cheaper than
StreamYard.
than StreamYard is. Right.
I know it's $5 a month, and so.
Well, I'm talking about if you get the discount thing, it's like $50 a month or a year. I mean, for Melon, and that was through Rambling with the Brooms. You know, Scott, he did it, and so did my Aussie garden and kitchen Daz. He did it too. So both of those have went to Melon. They like it a lot better than StreamYard, because StreamYard was being kind of jerks with them, and they got kind of tired of it, so they switched. Just something you might consider at some point. I mean, $50 a year is not horrible, you know, compared to what StreamYard gets, which is like $200 or something for a year.
$240 for the year, because I paid for it for the year.
Yeah. Oh, how much is it?
$240 for the year.
Okay, yeah, a lot of money. Yes, exactly. So, but if the Melon, of course, you still want to probably watch them, and if you ever want to switch and do that. But if you can get it for $50 a year, that would be kind of nice, and it's very similar to StreamYard.
Yeah. Well, I ain't investing no more money until I start making money.
I
got a lot of money invested in this already.
Well, the funny thing about YouTube is you've got to have lots and lots and lots and lots of viewers, and you got to have lots and lots of watchers too, you know, and it's just tough. I watched a little thing. It was kind of funny. There was a lady that, I don't remember what channel she was, but she's pretty well known. I think I figured out how to sub to her, and that's why it popped up. But she had bazillions and bazillions of subs, and she had one video that went 2.2 million views, and she got like $20,000 or something crazy. But really, what it boils down to is what kind of advertising is on there. if it's a good paying advertising, and there's just so many different things that vary. And it was also kind of funny. She said through her YouTube that she pays herself $54,000 a year, and then she also invests in like rent houses and everything, several other businesses. So it's kind of funny. She never would say what she made, but it was $54,000 she paid herself. So I let you know she makes quite a bit of money. But you've got to have all that. You got to have all that stuff that people want to watch and go crazy over, and that's and that's where like I say that one video was supposedly got. I think she said 20,000. If I misspeaking, I don't mean to, but that's why I remember it. It was crazy money anyway for one video.
We had one shark go viral, but you don't make no money on sharks.
Right, exactly. Oh, I know, and I don't know what kind of stuff. I don't even know what kind of content she put out. I just knew it was that. And honestly anymore, I get so busy with lives that I don't have a lot of time to watch videos anymore because I'm on so many lives. I bounce around and I enjoy the lives and enjoy helping people like you. I want to be there to help you, and I try to help everybody I can. And of course, I did start my little channel a little bit. I've got one video on my channel and a short, but the short was just something to throw up because somebody was pressuring me to put something up, so I just threw it up. It was just a campfire when I was up there at Crazy Ed's homestead, helping up there a little bit with their cabin and stuff. I spent the night up there, and then the other one is my sort of my intro video. That's what I did. It's about 8 minutes, but it's kind of a mess. But the way I look at it is, I did it. It's done, and I'm moving on. With one video, at least I got it done, and then I'll work towards getting more out later. My goal is never to be monetized. That's not my goal. I'm on disability, so I really can't. I got messed up legs because of a motorcycle wreck years ago, and I can't stand long on my legs. Is what I'm saying. So that's the reason why I'll never be monetized. Don't care about it. Not really wanting to make money or nothing, but I enjoy doing it, and I've got several things I want to do. I had a dream. I actually had bought my land before my wreck, but I've got 13 acres. I want to build on it, but financially, it's not really going to. It had been happening,
Right. I know what you mean. We don't make no money on that disability.
No, it is what it is. It's survival. And like I say, right now I'm doing okay, but I can see a time in the future it's going to get harder. Right now I'm helping take care of my dad. So with everybody helping and going, this family type of thing, working together, it's okay right now. It's survivable, but when I'm on my own, it's going to be the challenges will begin, but that's okay.
Right.
I'll do some of my fun stuff I want to do right now, and I'm just trying to doing that. And I've got some stuff that I'm investing in that I'm not going to mention on your channel because I'm definitely anyway. I'm pro-America. I'll put it in a nice way. I'm pro-America. You can figure out what I'm trying to say otherwise. But anyway, I got some investments that I've invested in that have gone up in value, and it's a good thing. Like I say, to have investments, and like I say, that's what I do.
That's good.
Give me something to tinker with too, and that's I enjoy that. I just wish I could put it on my channel, but since they do what they do, you can't do all that mess. They can't do that because of the mess anymore.
Yeah, that's why I don't like to talk about politics or nothing on my channel. I don't want to take.
Well, number one. Well, here's the big thing for me. I absolutely despise, and I do mean this with an exclamation point. Despise drama. That's something I hate is drama.
Mm-hmm. And if you start talking about that, it's going to happen.
Yeah. Exactly, and I don't do that. I don't do politics whatsoever. That's just I have my opinion, and I'm definitely pro-America. I'm not for any political party. That's the way I'd go. I'll just leave it at that. So let's go forward. So anyway, I wish they'd just leave us alone and let us go. It would have been fine, but we get the idiots in control. Have a nice day. Anyway, welcome to our world. But
I've learned in my previous experiences, those are two subjects you don't normally want because everybody has got their own opinion, and it usually turns into controversial subjects like politics and religion.
Yep.
Those are two subjects you don't normally bring up because
Right.
I don't even do it with my own family. It's not that I don't believe in religion and stuff. I do believe in religion and things like that, and believe in the Lord and stuff like that. I just don't bring it up very much because I know different people have different beliefs.
Right. Right.
Well, you know, the thing about it is, I will not ever ram my Christianity down anybody's throat. That's something I will never do.
That's what my brother used to do all the time. Run it down your throat.
This is what I say. This is what I say. I say this: you don't have to be a Christian to be my friend, but if you're my friend, you're going to know that I'm a Christian, and that's how I do it. I don't do it like I say. I try to respect people's wishes on their channels. Don't get the wrong idea, but I don't.
Right.
There has been. And it's a long story, but there has been one channel that, you know, it was one of the things everybody's trying to help everybody get monetized. So I always just, you know, sub to channels just to try to help them out. Well, there's one channel, when I found out what his content was, I quickly unsubbed to him. And I had to do that to one because his content was way out there. I'll just put it that way in the nicest way I can.
It's probably good to go back and check some of your subs and make sure they ain't into the wrong thing.
Right. Exactly. That one was way out, like, what? And then there I go, away I go, off out of here and gone. I don't remember which one it was. I didn't pay attention. I didn't want to remember it. I just got unsubbed and was gone. That was it. So, and I believe in helping people. I mean, as far as that, I can't watch everybody's videos. I can't watch everybody's.
You ain't got time, you know.
No, I can't do it.
Time in the world to watch everybody's videos.
Right, exactly. I catch a few here and there, and that's about all I can do. And I try to support by going to the lives, because it's easier for me to go to the lives a lot of times. Because if I got time, I go and I just jump chat, and that way I can chat with anybody that I know in the chat and go on from there.
Right, and lives count just like watching a video. So.
Right, exactly. And again, it's not that I hate to like not watch sometimes, but sometimes you just can't. Now, granted, I use YouTube just like I did originally. I look up for how to do something. I definitely do that. Like if I needed to know how to grow, tomatoes, I don't, but I'm just saying as an example. But if I need to know how to grow tomatoes, you look up a video how to grow tomatoes. I mean, it's just that simple,
Right. So you live up there close to Country Road Cure and Simple Life Reclaim?
Actually, I'm in the north central part of Arkansas, the northern part of Arkansas. They're in more like West Arkansas. They're trying to call themselves Northwest Arkansas, but what it is, it's called the River Valley over there, and that's the Arkansas River Valley. It's kind of in that area is where they're at. That's what it's called. They're over by Fort Smith, if you know where Fort Smith is.
Not really. I haven't been. I've been through the bottom corner going to Tennessee, and that's it.
Okay.
That's the longest I spent there.
Well, I'll tell you it this way: Little Rock is pretty much the center of the state. And this is, by the way, nobody shoot me for not being exact, but I'm just telling you the rough idea. From Little Rock, if you go east, you go to Memphis. If you go west, you go to Fort Smith. Fort Smith is like right before Oklahoma, just right on the border. And then they're technically back this way and kind of down, I think, a little bit, about an hour from Fort Smith, loosely through the back roads, and that's loosely where they're at.
Everybody's in there.
Yeah, they are. Everybody kind of junked together there, and whatever. I love up here. I've been up in this area since I was 7 years old, so this is pretty much home. I really.
What is property selling for up there? If you don't mind me asking.
If I knew, I'd tell you, but I don't. But it's right in this area it's been slow to go up, like above Fort Smith, which where Northwest Arkansas really is, up in that area, like up around Bentonville and Fayetteville. It's really high priced because there's a lot of Walmart. Walmart headquarters is up there, And so a lot of the executives that bought land up there built fancy stuff, and there's a lot of money up there. So Northwest Arkansas is, to me, I don't know. I've heard of people moving up there, but I'm like, that'd be the last place in Arkansas I'd move to. Not the last, but not the first. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
But no, up in this area here, it's nothing. Like I tell people, this is my standard haha. But if you're moving up in the area where I'm at, this little acronym applies to you. BYOM. Bring your own money. So there ain't nothing here. People coming from California, it works great for them because if you've got a fancy house out there that's worth $1 million, you can come up here and buy a $200,000 to $300,000 house and probably have as good a house or better than what you had out there, and then have money left over to live on. So you'll be good.
That's what them California people been doing here. They've been moving out here buying houses cheap, but they're paying like $100,000 more than it's worth.
Right. Oh, and again, okay, I'm not going to stay on this. I'm just going to say this in a simple way. As long as they leave what's in California out there when they come, I don't mind them moving here. But if they're trying to convert here, if they're trying to convert here to there, then that's when I have a problem. And now I'm off that. Now I'll get off that subject. But far as land, it used to be really reasonable. I actually got my 13 acres really reasonable, but I don't know anymore right now what it is. I did hear of a pretty good deal up in this area. It's actually north of here, but it was 120 acres for $1,500 an acre, I think. But it's that's raw land, and it's up on the hills, and you get what you get. So maybe a side of a hill or whatever, but that's the cheapest I've heard of anymore in a long time.
Yeah, it's all expensive here in Texas now. It's $25,000 and up an acre here in Texas.
Right. Oh, it gets crazy. And of course, we're not that bad up here by no means, but you talking 3,000 to 6,000, 3,000 or 6,000 an acre up here. That people about faint, but it's some of it's getting there. So it's just it's. I say compared to California, where it's cheap, and that's why a lot of folks come here. And it's beautiful. I mean, we're in the Ozark Mountains, so there's beautiful scenery.
Right. But
and there's quite a few man-made lakes up here too.
Little rugged to live on when you're first trying to clear and everything, huh?
Oh yeah, my 13 acres needs a lot of clearing, and it's kind of cool. It's not all my land's usable because it's kind of off the side of a mountain, kind of going down towards the river and stuff. It's got about a 35-foot cliff, horseshoe-shaped cliff in mine, which is really pretty actually when you get to the bottom. But I had a motorcycle wreck back in 2004, and I haven't been able to go down there since then. But I really enjoyed, there's a way to get down there where you can look at it, and it's really beautiful. It's just getting there now. I'd need me some kind of drone or something to fly down and take a look at it.
Yeah, I think that's why I sold my motorcycle before it killed me and my wife on it.
Oh, I understand. Well,
I still have heart problems, and I said, honey, I think I better sell this. Be my luck, I have a heart attack and kill us both.
Yeah, I had a friend. There's a couple I knew. They were my friends, and they went on a ride. He come in kind of tired, sat down in the chair, and he was gone. He just had a heart attack right after they got done riding. So fortunately, they didn't kill her, but he died. And then, but no, for me, I still ride. A lot of people think I'm crazy, but I do. I enjoy it. I don't ride like I used to by any means.
I miss it.
I ride some, but I can't stay on the. I can't like ride all day. Like I couldn't. I don't think I'd ever ride to Sturgis or anything up there because that's just the sheer distance it's just too long. It'd take me days because I can ride maybe 2 to 3 hours and have to stop. It'd take days to get up there.
That's long enough ride right there, 2 or 3 hours. That's plenty.
Yeah. And that's pretty much what I do. I do a lot of riding. The motorcycle I got now is a Honda Goldwing. It's a 2002 model, and I bought it wrecked with 45,000 miles on it, and it was 2 years old. I bought it dirt cheap, couldn't pass it up. Got it fixed back up, and then I put 127,000 on it since I bought it.
Hey, Bob, how are you doing? Brutal Bob's in here.
Hey, Brutal Bob, how are you, man?
Hey, Brutal Bob and our treasurer. Yeah.
Well, that's good. Yeah, I used to ride me and my wife used to ride. I bought a old '81 Suzuki GS 1000. That's that big old 4-cylinder motor underneath.
You betcha.
Yeah, it had the hard bags on it, black and white. Everybody always thought I was a trooper.
Well, that can be good and bad.
Had the big windshield on it and everything.
Yeah.
But we had fun on it, but
I had to
I
get a
hated
custom.
working on that thing. The carburetors get gummed up if you didn't start it all the time.
Well, mine's fuel injected, and it's 1800 cc. It's a 6-cylinder, horizontally opposed. I had to get a custom seat, or I wouldn't have fit as big as I am, you know. And I with that custom seat, it fits a lot better. Like I said, it's really been fun. I enjoyed it a lot. It's great on curves. As big as it is, it'll blow your mind how quick it'll corner. It handles a lot like a sports bike. It really does. It goes peg to peg fast, you know.
Yeah, I always wanted the gold wing, but never found one that I could afford.
Well, mine was 2 years old and under $2,000, so that's the reason why I got mine. And it just took
our treasure home.
It just took several. It took me a few years to get it fixed up. I had to pay like $2,800 in the Honda shop to get the engine fixed, stuff like that. So it was quite a bit of work, but I got it going.
Thank you for stopping in, Nancy. Go cook some supper. Call it dinner. I'll call it supper.
I've enjoyed it, but I think I'm going to jump down now.
Okay, no problem.
It's good to hear from you, Johnny Kim.
Yeah, nice chatting with y'all. I may be stay down in the chat for a little while. All right,
thanks for stopping in, Tim.
You're welcome. See you later.
Yeah, y'all was talking about motorcycles and things like that, and you was talking about how you didn't like having to fix the carburetor or whatever.
Yeah.
I actually like the carburetor better than I do the fuel injection because you don't have all the computer sensors and all
that motor had 4 carburetors, one for each cylinder. It's 4-cylinder.
It had it had 4 carburetors on it.
Yeah.
It didn't have one just one carburetor to run all 4 cylinders.
Nope. Had 4 carburetors, one for each cylinder. It was crazy. You look up an '81 Suzuki 1000, and it had 4 carburetors.
Yeah.
Cost a fortune to give them rebuilt. But it probably wasn't nothing to it. I just let the guy rebuild them. I think it was like $150 back then. But I don't know. I didn't know that much about them. All I knew was ride.
Yeah, I'd much rather. That's the reason why I don't like these cars now, all fuel injected and stuff. I don't like all them computer sensors and all them. I'd much rather have a carburetor than.
So give me a car with the points and plugs.
Yep.
That's all I need. Points, plugs, and a coil. That's not hard to figure out. And the carburetors. Man, all the carburetors I used to have trouble with is them 4-barrel quadrajets.
I actually got one of them on that.
Hey, they were good as long as they ran.
I actually got one of them on that 76 GMC Royal Sierra pickup truck.
Man,
it's a 4-barrel carburetor on it.
Yeah.
And
they scream.
believe it or not, we get 18.5 miles to the gallon.
Yeah. Me and my brother was talking about that the other day. He said the old cars, the old 2-barrel carburetors and stuff, they would get 20, 25 miles a gallon back then. Now they act like they struggle to get that kind of mileage. Well, they don't even hardly get that kind of mileage nowadays, unless it's a little 4-cylinder. But the V8s would get good gas mileage back then.
Yeah. Most cars nowadays are all fuel injected, though, and not very many has got carburation anymore.
No, if I could afford to buy me a 50 or 60 models car, I'd buy me one, and heck with these new ones.
And yeah, because you have to, with these new ones now, you have to pretty much take about half the car apart just to get the one little sensor on it.
I don't know. I don't mess with them. I take them to the shop nowadays.
It's but and some of them sensors can run you anywhere between $200, $300, $400 a piece for one little sensor to make it run.
Right. I had this Ford van that I bought from a guy pretty cheap, and it wouldn't crank one morning. So I got out there and I worked on it and worked on it. Wasn't getting no fuel. I said, shit, fuel pump went out, huh? So I dropped the tank, replaced the fuel pump, put it back in, still wouldn't crank, and it still wasn't getting no fuel.
Did you change the fuel filter?
Yep. I took it to the shop. It was a computer.
No, it was.
Yeah, I didn't even know it had a computer. It was stuck in the firewall sideways, and you couldn't hardly see it. And it was the computer wasn't letting it get fuel.
I'd say that was a big expense.
Oh, well, not really. The computer was like $200, and they charged like $50 to replace it. But after I spent all that other money dropping the tank, putting the fuel,
Yeah.
that's when I give up working on the newer vehicles. Oh man. Yeah, my Quadrajets, I love them carburetors, but once they started messing up, they were hard to fix. But I love the Quadrajet. When you punched it, that sucker would scream and make it perfect sounding noise.
Yeah.
I loved it when we'd take the breather on the filter, take the lid off and turn it upside down so that it sucked more air. You could really hear that Quadrajet kick in when you got down on it.
Yeah, but boy, if you open all 4 barrels on that carburetor, it's gonna be sucking gas like through a straw.
Yeah. Yeah, it had them 2 big barrels in the back and 2 little ones in the front.
Well, I did find out that you actually get. I did learn that you actually get better if you do it properly and drive it properly. You actually get better gas mileage out of a 4 barrel than you do a 2.
Wow. Hey, Bob, let me tell you something about the Quadrajets. I took one off my car and I said, well, the carburetor's bad. I'll just take it in and buy a rebuilt one at the auto parts. Well, I got one from the auto parts and took it home, put it on. It wasn't worth a crap. It was flooding gas everywhere. If they're easy to fix, tell it to the auto parts. So I took it back and got another one, brought it home. It wasn't working right. I ended up taking that carburetor back in the same day 6 times. It got 6 different carburetors and finally got one that worked. So them guys must not knew what they were doing when they were fixing them. Yeah. I tried to work on a Cardiajet one time. It wasn't that easy. Trying to get the float and everything set right in it.
Yeah.
Yep. I think my little Autumn's trying to wake up.
Yeah, I shared you out on Facebook and YouTube community tab.
Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Can you believe I lost 30 hours over the weekend? How? I don't understand that.
You talking about 30 watch hours?
Yeah. We went from 3618 to 3585. So we're back up to 3589 right now. So I don't know why they're taking so many hours away. I know we really didn't do nothing on a weekend back then. Let me go check on her real quick. I'll be right back.
I know I've. Okay.
You okay?
Hey, squirrels, magnet fishing. Only 9% of the time Quadret's flood is.
Sorry about that, Kenneth. I'm coming back. I'm back.
It's bad. It's bad float setting.
Yep, I believe that, Bob. The floats were thin back then. They get a little pin hair in the float and leak, weight down the floats. Hey, Squirrel Magnet, how are you? Well. I'm at an hour now, guys, so I think I'm gonna get off here and go start supper.
What you gonna have for supper?
Chicken thigh is all I know right now. I'll think of something else to go with it. I'm gonna bake them, I guess.
Is Brandy doing any cooking?
Not lately. Brandy works, so I cook every evening for her,
Oh, okay.
and I take care of the baby.
What time she get home from work usually?
About 5:30.
About 5:30. I
Yeah,
forget you're
I'm the housewife.
you're an hour you're an hour behind me, so it's just 3:30 your time.
Yeah, it's
It's
3:30.
already 4:30 here because I'm Eastern Standard Time.
Well, I appreciate you helping me out there, Kenneth, man. We need all the help we can get.
Well, you're very welcome. I look forward to the day I get to meet y'all in person one day.
Yeah, I still don't know if we're gonna make it to that Okie meetup yet.
Well, just to let you know, I am trying to work on having a meetup here in Tennessee.
That'd be a nice one.
Uh, I'm trying to figure out where I can have one because I said, like I said, when I want people to be able to bring whatever they have to camp with, whether it be a tent, RV, car, truck, whatever they have to camp with,
Right,
without the campground saying, "Oh, you can't camp here unless you have this and that and that and that and so on and so on." Because I have had that bad of experience.
right. Hey, Tim, no, I don't have the spice smoked paprika. Wish I did. I'm gonna have to look for some and give that a try. I might just throw some barbecue sauce on that chicken and oven cook it. But I better get off here. I'm not going to get nothing done. So we'll see y'all later, Kenneth.
Thanks for having me.
No
Bye,
problem.
guys.
We'll see you next time, man. Bye, Bob. Bye, Tiny Tim. Bye, whoever else is left in here. See who all's in here still. Let me look. Bye, everybody. We'll see y'all maybe another day this week before the week's over. I know we'll be here Friday evening. Well, Friday night at 8 o'clock. Goodbye, Tim. You take care. Bye, Bob. End it, Goofa.